Hi everyone, happy Wednesday. I hope you're doing well. Today we are going to be starting the first of about four lessons on the Belgian Congo. Um, this is basically going to be our example of imperialism in Africa. There's so many different countries in Africa. Monday you took a look at Ethiopia and why they were successful in resisting. The vast majority of Africa was unable to resist. And now we're going to be taking a look at the Congo as an example. It is a fascinating story. There is so much that happens within this that if you didn't know better, you'd think I would be lying to you. That certainly I had to make this up because this couldn't possibly have happened. But it is all true. And so we're going to be taking a look at how imperialism not only impacted Africa back in the 1800s when this story first starts, but ultimately how it impacts Africa today, and how the Congo appears today, and how that's a direct result of previous actions of Europeans and the United States. So today we're going to be focusing on King Leopold II. He's a really important guy. He is not only the King of Belgium, which, gee, I can't think of any other example that we end up bringing Belgium into a history class for. But he also is the guy who starts the scramble for Africa. He thought Africa was this magnificent cake, and he wanted his own slice. He saw the wealth and the potential. Uh, the center of Africa is where he kind of divides out, and that would be the Congo. This was all done at the Berlin Conference. Again, you've read about this, where European countries met in Berlin, Germany, and divided up Africa. There were no Africans at that conference. They had no say. The lines they drew had nothing to do with ethnicities or kingdoms that already existed. They didn't consider geography. It was whatever the Europeans wanted and agreed amongst themselves. So that leads King Leopold to get the Congo, which, if you recall from our geography unit, this is in the center or the heart of Africa. Now, it is slow for Europeans to get to the center. The geography is not easy. Fastest way to travel would be by rivers. Only these rivers are full of waterfalls and cataracts, like you've read. Okay, the other thing that would stop or prevent people from getting to the center of Africa, say you don't go on a river. You know, what's the big deal? It'd be a little bit slower, right? Unfortunately, malaria becomes a big issue. Africans have a little bit of immunity to it, but Europeans weren't surviving the the traveling through. Malaria, as you recall, is caught by mosquito bites. And it wasn't until the discovery of quinine that they were able to really make it towards the center. But the Congo is super wealthy. The area itself is not wealthy, meaning the people of the Congo are some of the poorest in the world, not only back then, but today. Um, but there are so many resources there, it is insane. In fact, I would guarantee you that some of the very materials that you are using in order to watch me right now, whether it's your cell phones or your laptops, have parts of them from the Congo, whether it's cobalt or lithium for batteries. All of these are parts of resources that are taken directly out of the Congo. So, uh, this is an area that has the potential for great wealth. Back then, the big resource was rubber. Um, it was used for tires and bicycles, and it became very valuable. And rubber, which you may not know much about, is actually taken off of trees, rubber trees. So King Leopold II was having the Congolese kind of collect this rubber and send it back to Belgium. Unfortunately, the collecting of rubber is not an easy thing. He basically enslaved the Congolese, and if they did not collect enough rubber in a day, if they didn't meet his quotas, he would have their feet and hands cut off. So it is a miserable tale, and you'll be exploring more about that today. Now, you're going to watch a 15-minute movie after this, of course. that explores this story in much more detail than what I just gave you. I encourage you to watch the entire thing. That's probably going to be the easiest way to get the material that will be due for Wednesday. And let me show you that. You're going to have to fill out a note sheet. For the first part of this, there's a whole list of people you should know, actors in this story. I even tell you where you're going to find the information. So David Livingstone is our first person. You're going to find that information in the video. You're going to tell me who was he and what actions did he take in the Congo. All right. Henry Morton Stanley, he is going to be both in the video and the reading that I also post to this in the assignment. Okay. King Leopold II, he is both in the video and in the reading. Joseph Conrad, he is primarily in the video, and Ed Morel is in the video, but he is also briefly mentioned in the reading. So you're gonna just, like I said, fill out for those people, who were they and what actions did they take in the Congo. Then you're going to tell me what happened to the colony of the Congo. What happens to it? It will cover all of this, whether it's the reading or the video, and you should take a look to see. Two, what happened to King Leopold II after the world recognized the terrible conditions in the Congo? It is slow to come out, but people are kind of told those tales. And then finally, what changed after the Belgian government took control of the Congo? So you'll be answering those questions and filling out for those people. This is going to be research for an activity we're going to do a little bit later, where we're either going to put King Leopold or Mobutu, who is another guy you'll learn more about on Monday. But you're going to go through those and kind of put them on trial, right? And see, are they really guilty of the crimes that the world says they are guilty of? All right, so if you have questions, please reach out. Again, the first thing I'm going to tell you to do is to watch those videos, okay? Because that is where the heart of your information is going to come from. All right, until Monday, bye.